Today on WomenUP, we discuss a hot topic.
See, a lot of these men don't understand boundaries.
And we show you some home hacks.
Turn them into flower pots.
Plus, we have to hear what Doc says about this topic.
A shoulder to cry on that you're lacking at home. Many affairs start that.
Then, our host and co-hosts get down to fun and games with the Just Dweet challenge of the day. And of course, our takeaways, or as we call them, notable nuggets. Welcome to WomenUP. Hey everyone, how you do? I'm Kenisha, your host, and welcome to WomenUP, the talk show that promises to keep it real and relatable. If you missed our last episode, please head over to our channel and watch right after. My fabulous co-hosts and I are looking forward to an incredible time with you. First up, we have Damarli. Next, we have Cassandra. And our guest co-host today is Basilia. No, her crazy matches are crazy, and we're all Kingdom people. She's funny. You might know her as Bubbles. Let's make her welcome.
Listen, welcome Bass, aka Bubbles, decked out in your pink. You're looking very pretty in pink.
Darling.
Yes, we are back. And we're so excited for this episode. Everybody ready?
We're ready.
Ready, right? So who's ready for some woman-to-woman chat?
Ladies, we have 40 awesome minutes loading just for you. But we want to show you some exciting road trip highlights courtesy of our road trip sponsor, ATL and BYD Jamaica. Check this out.
Hi BYD, rotate screen.
Okay, rotating the screen.
And this is my husband Kipling, and we had a wonderful time being chauffeur driven in the BYD One Plus. It was a wonderful experience for me. What was your experience?
It was fabulous, you know. Surprisingly, I didn't expect an electric vehicle to feel so smooth and have such luxurious features.
My favorite feature is this little light here. When you press it, you know, it's a touch thing. You don't have to press a button or a switch or anything. It just come on, and the ambient lighting, you can change the color. It's so nice. I just feel like I'm sitting in the lap of luxury.
My favorite feature is the door handle, just the way it's shaped. It's integrated into the speaker, and you just put your hand on and slide it back and it opens the door. It's pretty amazing.
They did a wonderful job. I like it. Stitching, but just like it. Everything just clean.
Boy, look like you're enjoying a selfie, man.
Yeah.
That looks fun. Oh my goodness. Make sure that if you're watching that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you turn on your post notifications, because we want you to be a part of the Women Up community, right? And ladies, share this with about 5 other ladies and tell them to share it with 5 more, because we want to grow this community, because there is so much that you can learn. And make sure that you follow us on social media so that you can keep up with all things Women Up.
So, woman to woman, today we want to discuss,
should female have male best friends?
Basilia, should women really have male best friends? What's your experience with that?
Well, if you ask me first. All right. So are we talking about women as wives having male best friends or just women in general?
No.
Women as wives. All right, for me, from my experience, and I can speak from the flip side, all right, for me, I've never had male best friends, so that was never a part of my equation. However, when I met my husband literally had a lot of female friends, and his best friend was a woman. No, that was something that I was not used to. Because for me, it's like, all right, if we're going to have a problem, you're going to find a shoulder to cry on. And then when she's wiping your tears, it may lead to other things. So that was my thinking at the time. However, my husband found a way to make me comfortable with the relationship. And then as we progressed into, courting and getting married, it was made clear that, you are my best friend now. Because that's how I see it. That's how I see it. That if you have a female or male best friend, if you're the opposite sex, before marriage, I honestly feel like when you get married, your husband or your wife should be your best friend. That's just how I feel about it. But I also feel that, on the other side of things, you can get a different perspective from the opposite sex as long as the intentions are pure and as long as it's totally platonic.
Yep.
Well, my best friend is male, and I find that relationship to be very rewarding. I mean, we go out together, we pray together, we support each other, and we both are married, we're both kingdom people, so it does feel like one big happy family.
If two people are attracted to each other, I don't believe that they should be best friends.
Agreed.
And if one of them are single, I don't suggest it either because, people are people that call grow-up people. So after a while, you would find that there's a bonding. So there should be no privacy.
Right.
The other party, as in the wife or the husband, should be aware and should be able to contact the best friend freely.
Yes.
Listen, Ken, I'm happy for you. But you see, for me, I have never had a male best friend. And this is because, you see, a lot of these men don't understand boundaries at all. And you see, because I don't like a difficult life and I like an easy life, I ensure to just not tread that line. I would rather, really and truly, ladies, rather to not, as I say, tread the waters. So for me, that's it.
I think it comes down to, trust and open communication. For me, if my husband is going to have a female best friend, I should be a part of that friendship. Meaning that it shouldn't be a case where if he's going to chill with her, that I cannot be in the equation because something is wrong right there. So I think that especially in Kenisha's case, when you have a best friend who is male, your husband should be a part of that friendship. He should be privy to that friendship as well. And I think that helps to, just make the other partner comfortable and understand that, hey, hanky-panky now go on here, so. Yeah, that this is totally platonic. This is something that is pure and nothing is happening behind the closed doors.
Yeah, I agree with you, Basilia. I think it needs to be open, the communication, so that there are no hidden motives.
Yes.
You understand? And I think that, they should be rooted in Christ. I would rather these best friends are Christian, so that they are Christ-like.
Mind you, things can still happen when they're not Christian.
It is true, but it should
But
not.
it's rooted.
Rooted.
Roots are there.
Yes,
And the truth is, I had my best friend before I got married, Bas. And, naturally, he would have met my husband after, but I had him from before, and then it's like my husband took him over too. So,
That's
and it's about open communication is about trust, and I think that's really the foundation of it. So I'm agreeing with all of you.
But not everybody has that though. That kind of open
Me in the
communication
1%.
and comfort.
In the 1%.
But I believe that if there's an issue and the other party is not comfortable, you should really consider calling it off.
True.
Just for the sake of peace.
True,
Yes.
true.
Right.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, but even rooted people, because Jesus got tempted in the wilderness, so even rooted people can fall prey to, I have a friend, but then as I say, the friend go get too close because them is a shoulder to cry, and
the
next thing you know, what happened to you with your friend, where you would have a drop one at a time, them. The friend take over your boyfriend or your husband. So we don't, it can happen, but it's all about creating healthy boundaries. As you said, and letting them know, say, I'm a best friend, but you can't cross the line there, right? You have to have some boundaries because you're the 1%, and the rest of us are the 99%. That's why me, can't do it.
Yeah, trust is essential. Trust is paramount in situations like this. And I truly believe that if issues arise from these best friend friendships, then you should really consider cutting it off. I know people will say, well, best friend a year, forever and ever BFF, and husband come and go. You have to pick your battles and pick them wisely. Is that a me or she? Right? Sometimes it comes down to that. But, there are situations where there are healthy friendships between male and female.
True.
Yeah.
Listen, it all boils down to, I believe, as best as possible. If you have a male best friend or a female best friend, try to avoid the complications. Whatever form that complication may, come in, because for every relationship, it's going to be different. But as I say, healthy boundaries.
Marley, I'm sure that, a lot of females can actually share their experiences of, having a male overstep and vice versa, males having females overstep, because we're not going to forget the Jezebel them and the Delilah them out there. I'm not calling about no name them, I just say it's on both sides, you understand? So we just need to understand boundaries, understand friendship, and don't allow anything to jeopardize our marriages.
Listen, in my honest opinion, a lot of men already have a problem with women spending time with their women best friend.
True.
Them feel like them take up all of them time, and them not get none of the time, and then neglect them and forget them, and all sorts of. So imagine if you have a male best friend and you are splitting film quality time with other man, and I give them quality time. The man must mad off and puff and blow the house down. So, as I said, for me, if it is that it works for your relationship, to be very honest, me think 1% of people it works for. I'm glad for them, but you see the rest of them are 99%, and as we say, you have the Jezebel man and woman them. So,
it can work. It can work. But again, healthy boundaries are important. Open communication is very important. You need to make sure that your partner is comfortable with the friendship. And I heard somebody said the other day in a podcast I was listening to that if your best friend who is of the opposite sex, if they can't call you and you talk to them on speakerphone, then something may be wrong.
That's true.
Trouble Daddy. We will need to hear what Doc has to say about this hot topic soon on Doc Says. Let's get to what's coming up later on WomenUP. Coming up on WomenUP, we show you some home hacks.
Turn them into flower pots.
Plus, we have to hear what Doc says about this topic.
A shoulder to cry on that you're lacking at home. Many affairs start that way.
Then, our hosts and co-hosts get down to fun and games with the Just Dweet challenge of the day. And of course, our takeaways, or as we call them, notable nuggets.
Welcome to Home Hacks, everybody. This is where we teach you how to use things at home, the repurpose edition. So we're going to go through some things that you may have at home that you can repurpose it and make it into something very functional, all right? So the first thing we're going to look at today is tires. So I think So something that I do at home, if I have a spare tire at home for whatever reason, apart from putting it on a stick and rolling it and showing my kids how we used to do it as children, one of the things that we do is we turn them into flower pots. So you would have the tires in the yard or in the garden, and you can put a specific flower in there, you know, a flower that can thrive in that small space. So for me, that is how I would repurpose. Yeah, we can paint it, jazz it up. The kids put glitter and everything on it. Right? So yeah, I would make them into flower pots. What would you do with old tires?
Listen, I am trying to start my gardening. You know, I made a little box, you know, one of the rectangular boxes. I would probably do the same thing because I'm trying to beautify my little veranda space because we live in an apartment.
Okay.
So I'm trying to repurpose everything, all the raw materials that I have to get, you know, the veranda looking nice and pretty. What would you do?
All right, so for me, I generally plant stuff in the tile.
Same thing. I
Yeah.
can use it to turn into a garden chair.
That
Yes.
would be so
You paint it, you jazz it
cute.
up, and you make it nice. Yes, it's nice, man. I think that's a creative. And look here, the whole we know if I do with a tile. Cassandra, so what would you repurpose?
A tissue box. An empty rectangular tissue box makes a convenient holder for small garbage bag. We don't have the garbage bag, them throw them about the place. Plastic grocery bag and small rags, which is everywhere. Simply tack it to the inside of a cabinet door. It's one of our favorite kitchen storage ideas.
Listen, you can also use garment bags. These are perfect for, you know, like your wrapping paper. You're always storing them under your bed or in the closet. And them kind of get dusty, musty, and dirty. Or, you know, kind of funky, right? You can use the garment bag and you can store your wrapping paper, you know, your scissors, your ribbon, everything that you need to do your little projects, your arts and crafts stuff, and you can situate so you know exactly what is in there. And whenever you need it, you just grab and go like you grab your, you know, your favorite garment and you're good to go. Project on the go.
On the go. Laundry jug watering can. So, you know, your detergent bottle? Yeah, man. Instead of throwing away that empty laundry detergent container, rinse it out thoroughly and then recycle them for watering plants. So, you know, you have to get holes in it and then you just have it as a nice little rain shower thingy and it works. It works and it flows freely.
I love that. Ladies, good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Let us know which one was your favorite. You can leave a comment below or you can email us at doing like the Marley, hello. at womengrowjm.com. That was Home Hacks.
Now it's time to hear what Doc has to say about this best friend issue. So let's welcome Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar, marriage and family therapist, for the segment Doc Says. Let's make her welcome. Hey Doc, welcome. I should say hey mom, right?
Yeah,
hey
you should.
mom,
You should.
welcome. How are you?
It's good to be back. You guys are really discussing real hot issues.
Yes. What's your take?
Speaking more specifically to you, since I know that you have a male bestie, I don't think there's an issue. There should be an issue to the matter of having a same-sex or opposite sex rather best friend. I just think that there needs to be transparency, and I think Basilia alluded to it earlier. She needs to be a part of the conversation. You know, if it is that your spouse is uncomfortable, so that's another thing, right? Transparency, you being a part of that friendship, so it's that triangle, right? And also being, ensuring that your spouse is comfortable with the conversation, or with the friendship rather, right? So as long as those things are on the table, it shouldn't be an issue. But the Marley also had a salient point. You know, persons sometimes do not respect boundaries. And like we all like to say, you know, it's blood running in people's veins and all of these other things. And so it pays to be cautious.
Yeah.
Because I have seen myriads of relationships destroyed because persons have crossed boundary lines. For instance, you know, you're having an issue with your spouse at home. Your best friend is a male, and you consistently are going to your best friend about the issue, your best friend is giving you a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on that you're lacking at home. Many affairs start that way.
Yeah.
So it pays to be cautious, just like Damarli says. But once there's openness and honesty, and once your best friend's spouse does not have an issue, like I know Cassandra does not have an issue because she's a part of the equation.
Thank you.
So that's how it works.
I mean, Doc, I love how you said that it is a triangle because it's definitely not a rectangle. But for the persons who justify... for the persons who justify keeping this best friend in the equation, because I know them from a long time, a family I come from with them, you know, and they don't want to let go of that when they have like a partner and they want the partnership, you know, the relationship with their partner to get serious, like marriage and all of those stuff. What would be your advice to them?
You know, marriage has laws. There are 4 laws of marriage, and the first one is priority. Priority has to be given to your spouse.
Right.
Yes, and priority comes with sacrifice and time. So priority has to be given to your spouse. If your spouse is uncomfortable with the situation,
Right.
it doesn't matter where you know the person from or how long you know the person. If your spouse is uncomfortable, there needs to be a conversation, and the priority must be given to your spouse over your best friend.
And what if a wife or a husband is watching and they are in this situation, they are struggling with having their partner understand that, hey, I'm uncomfortable, and that partner is adamant that, hey, I'm a best friend from a long time, I'm not going to dash him or her away. How would you encourage that person, or what would be your advice to that husband or wife?
And I've seen that too, and that needs a third-party intervention, because you need to understand, when husbands and wives are having conflict, they don't listen to each other. You hear each other because you're not deaf, but you're not listening with your heart so that you can hear the hurt and the discomfort of your spouse. So sometimes that will take a third party intervening there to help the partner to understand what is happening here. Yeah, but again, you cannot put somebody over your spouse. Marriage is about exclusivity. You understand? And so anything that causes discomfort with your spouse, you have a responsibility to attend to it post-haste.
Wow. Listen, serious thing, the topic every bad. Every bad.
Yes.
You know, Doc, as always, you have some great insights into complex topics like these. And ladies, we want to hear from you. But just before we hear from you, make sure that you go on over to Carla Dunbar Ministries right across social media. Make sure you follow her. She has little nuggets and all kind of things that she's always posting. So insightful. So make sure that you follow her on all social media platforms. And we want to hear from you. What do you think about this topic? Do you have a male best friend or a female best friend, and how have you dealt with it as it relates to your partner? So we want to hear from you. So leave a comment. Make sure that you like this video. Do not leave before you subscribe, please, and thank you. We want you to be a part of our growing community. Yay!
All right, ladies, welcome to a segment we like to call Just Dweet Challenge. And today's challenge is...
the pencil catch challenge. So what we're going to do is we each have 12 pencils, and we are going to put the pencil. So for those of us who used to play jacks as children or even now, right, we're going to put the pencil on the top of our hand, and then we're going to throw it up and then catch it. So we're going to go up in increments of 1. So we start with 1, then 2, then 3 pencils. And whoever drops their pencil or pencils, they'll be out. So it's really the last woman standing. And you notice how I pose when I say woman? Yes, standing. So we'll see how it goes. So Rev is here again to walk us through the challenge and to make sure that we're doing it fairly. So Rev, you ready?
I am ready. I'm going to see how you are in terms of your tactical moves.
I'm ready, you know, and I just
Very
really...
tactical?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
feeling
best that
tactical?
I can win anything.
Okay.
Like everybody out for me.
If you first start it.
Okay, so we're all starting with 1 pencil.
Yes.
All right, so put that 1 pencil.
So everybody going
Yeah,
one
we
Yeah,
can go one
everybody at
time. Yeah,
once.
one time.
I want more, hon.
What if I just give them a chance to win somebody else. We'll see. Ready?
Yes.
So, Rev, you count to 3 and we do it.
Grab. Come on, Marley.
Count to
You can
3.
do it. You can do it. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, go. Look at that. Good, good.
So
2 now.
2.
Come, dust.
Wait.
Come on, balance. It's about good everything. Go.
Out of Marley.
Both of them.
Press me and
All
she
right,
leave.
yeah, go. Press. You and Kanisha is left. She was out as well.
All the slim hands went first. All the bony hands.
Come.
All right, ready?
Ready, set, go. Look at that. Bass, they were afraid of you for a reason.
You know what's the best? She come over here and whisper say, you know, make it so far after my day I try to balance the 12 pence them from my hand.
Basilia has been having a lot of balancing,
Practice. 10 years.
So so she got it.
Bit hard, but I like it. I never got past 1 though, but I'm still proud of myself. And Boss, no, don't touch me, Boss, because Boss said I wouldn't make it far, and our prediction came true. I'm blaming it on you. I hope at home, though, you all enjoyed that segment. And ensure that you tune in next time for more exciting games. And remember, try it at home, man.
Now it's time for notable nuggets on this topic. Should females have male best friends? Ephesians 4 verses 25 says, "Therefore each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to your neighbor, for we are all members of one body." This highlights the importance of open and honest communication within all our relationships, even marriages, to build trust and understanding. The Bible also tells us in Hebrews 12 verses 1, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles us." This shows the importance of avoiding situations or relationships that might lead to temptation or compromise. Let us use godly wisdom and consider each other's feelings. My nugget was the 4 laws of marriage that Doc mentioned. Priority. Your spouse should always be prioritized and not your best friend. And the truth is, if your best friend is a real best friend, they would understand.
Yeah, man, definitely. Wifey with the ring over everything.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. But, I would also, another notable nugget that I took from this conversation was that ensure that your partner is comfortable.
Yeah.
True.
Make them a part of the equation.
My notable nugget is ensure that you don't end up in those compromising situations. If you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Yeah, leave that for the 1%.
My notable nugget is it can work, it is achievable, but there needs to be trust and there needs to be compromise in the relationship.
Nice. Let's assume our power pose to exude confidence and power as we share the Women Grow Global Manifesto to motivate, challenge, and uplift your mindset.
I am a woman of purpose, value, and worth.
I chase after my dreams and goals with intentionality. I make a plan for my life to become a better version of myself daily, and I improve all areas of my life with balance.
I execute all tasks in excellence.
I understand that every gift, talent, resource, or skill that I have been blessed with came from the Almighty God.
I live a life filled with gratitude because of this.
I prioritize my physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental health,
so that I can function always at peak perfection.
I am a giver. I bless others.
I am a mentor. I teach and motivate others. God is the CEO of my life, my family, and my business. I am a woman growing globally.
I am a woman growing globally.
I am a woman growing globally.
I am a woman growing globally. We want to thank you for joining into today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Ensure that you tune in to the next one. Don't miss a beat. We want to thank the WomenUP team as well as all of our sponsors. Thank you.
And of course, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure that you leave us a comment, like this video, subscribe, and share it with somebody, all right? And be sure to follow us on all social media platforms.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us for this awesome episode of
Women Up!
Be sure to check us out next Tuesday at 8 p.m. on YouTube for more Women Up. Stay blessed. I am Kenisha.
I'm Basilia.
I'm the Marley.
I'm Cassandra.
Bye!